Alright guys, this video is going to be about infinite zombies. I'm by no means a pro, but I think I have some tips that will be helpful for you. You want to be doing this because you get coins and you can use them in this exchange store. You're getting these Titan alloys, stuff for extensions, material chests, and then getting these blueprints. Also Commander XP, Officer XP. But outside of being able to spend stuff in the stores, the rewards you get Commander XP, a decent amount if you place high in here. You know, that's basically the equivalent of killing like 30 level 30s. Not bad at all. But even if you don't place that high up here, you're still getting some extra coins as well as the Commander XP to spend. So if you do really well, you can always hit this auto button here the next day, and it will just automatically give you the score and the amount of coins you got, which is great. It's a little sad because you don't get to play the game again. That's one of my favorite parts. I don't know, probably more than a few of you like me were duped into this game because of, it's called a tower defense game, but obviously we all have been scammed, and it's not. This is like one of the smallest aspects of the game, which is sad. But anyway, so as far as like doing well in this, you do have to come to this armament section here, and periodically there'll be deals to buy stuff, which is great, but you need to have items if you want to go far. How you want to prioritize the items? In general, like any of the orange items, for the most part, this weather control is not that great. But if you ever see an A-bomb or getting just an increase of tower damage, this doesn't just apply to the specific like round or wave 1, 2, 3, whatever. It applies for the entire duration across all waves or rounds. So the wordage is a little misleading there. These are really good. Getting these purple ones to increase your tower damage for the lasers, because lasers are kind of one of the best things that you want to essentially build the most of. Over time, having these percentages at the beginning stages of the game are going to be more valuable than the flat amount of coins. But of course, if you can find an orange resource one, that's pretty good too. So how you find these things, you can spend gold to refresh this shop, and I'm not going to keep going through here, but you need to stockpile some of these so that you have something from every color. And again, my recommendation is either of these 3 orange across the top here, not so much the weather controller. And then if you can, do this every time. Otherwise, I would start with this as a percentage, because you'll get more coins over time as long as you make it kind of far. And then with the blues, this is a really good one to have, but you can almost always find it in the first 3 rounds anyway. So you can also pick it up there. And then with the greens, it's really just, I don't know, I'd either get minerals or I'd get the explosive robot. All right, let's actually get into a game here. So I'm going to pick this tower damage, minerals over time percentage, and just some flat minerals here because I didn't have those other percentages, but those are typically better to have from the beginning. I think it's around maybe stage 6 or 7 that if you do get options, you want to not take the percentages anymore, but the flat resources. So as you can see here, like the main things you want to take away here is put EMP towers in the bottom corner of every square. And then in this central point here, you can see I have my rocket, and it's going to do lots of damage. This is going to be the funnel point of like 80% of the things that come through here. So having a couple of rockets you'll see in that area, and making sure that they're at least upgraded to level 4. So I'm picking that reward quality boost. That's one of the best things you can get in the first 3 stages. So if you don't see it, or if you didn't take it into the game, you want to make sure you get that, because it's going to increase the odds that you'll get better purple or better orange items later, because a lot of this is luck based, and so doing the things that can increase or make our luck, so to speak. So you can see I added another rocket down there, and I'll put another one in the opposing side of that EMP. That's just another point where all the things funnel in to get to the end of the base there. These are not really good options. I'm not super happy about this. I'm just going to take the resources, but if you can get the green bombers, those are pretty helpful and useful. So as you can see, I'm just like going to restart it because I can do this for free within the first 3 rounds. Once it kicks over into the 4th, you don't have the option to do that. And this time I decided I'm going to use the purple laser percentage increase. So again, if you use that, it applies across the entire game. I'm just restarting right now. I prefer the zombies coming from the top versus the side. I'm a little picky like that. So I got the setup now that I want. Again, just putting those EMPs in the bottom corners, and you can add them higher later to those other sections just to slow things as more gates open up with zombies coming out, but I kind of hold off doing that for now. The main thing is just you're always going to have those rockets in the middle corners, and then the 2 bottom spots. You'll see where I build them towards the end of things. So getting that rewards amount +1 is a tempting option too, just because it just gives you another option to have a better selection if you don't like what you got going on. So that's another good consideration as well. Majority of the towers you're going to be building are laser towers, and essentially, like, you mostly want to get them all to 3 or so, and then you can start upgrading the ones that are in this more central region up to 4 and 5, since they have the greatest impact in those areas. So I'm picking the minerals over time because I'm only a couple waves in. But the reality is, like, I can restart. I don't want to have all just green options at that point. So I will restart. Again, I know it's kind of annoying to watch, but I just want you to see the reality is you can restart in those first 3 waves, and you should if you don't feel like the items you were getting were really great. So I'll spare you the details of what I've already said about placing these towers and speed it up a bit. All right, I'm going to grab the robots. Okay, so I could get the reward amount +1, but it's still really early on, so I think I'll take the resource income percentage so that I can get a little more minerals. I'm starting to build these towers in this bottom area, as you can see, because I've got monsters starting to come from the right gate. I'm just going to take the freeze robot there. I would have preferred other options, but those are not completely horrible. So you can see I'm just continuing to build more lasers around this central area. Dang, another freeze robot. I would have preferred getting minerals over time or laser boost percentage. It's getting a little dicey here. Sweet, A-bomb is the way to go. So yeah, like, this is the main layout. You're just now upgrading the things that you have, using some items if you feel the need to, but so far everything is strong enough that I'm not needing to use any of those freeze rays yet. Wow, 3 of them. This is not the greatest, but we deal with what we got. So I'm just thinning the middle there a little bit so that my lasers will be able to focus on those bigger dudes. I'm probably going to end up using this freeze ray again, just to not get overwhelmed, and maybe I could have gotten by without using it there. All right, what are we options? Sweet, 30% tower buff. That is not a bad choice. Okay, so as you can see, like, I've got these rockets. It's important to make sure that those stay up to date. And prioritizing, I think, getting those over the ones in the middle now, just because everything starts funneling into this area here. So it's getting a little dicey. I'm using this freeze thing just to prevent those big monsters and being able to kill them, so I can, not take the hit point loss, but really get the gold for them as well. So I might have been able to play that better. That freeze temperature one isn't the greatest, but that's what I had to work with. At this point, you're just trying to manage the best that you can. You're probably, if you're okay, you can use one of your big items to make sure that you at least survive this round, and you can start getting points on the next, but I'm not going to be able to go past the next wave for sure. So it's just about making sure I can survive into the next round, knowing I'm not going to complete it, but I can get some more points. So I probably could have, timed the last A-bomb a little bit better. Yeah, just getting these 2 rockets down in this area, the 2 in the middle, and then just EMPs in the corners and lasers, and upgrading the lasers and making sure the rockets stay upgraded towards the end as well. So any pro tips you have, leave a comment and a like and a subscribe. Thanks.